As the sun rises over the vast savannas and bustling cities of Africa, a new narrative emerges. For centuries, the world has viewed this continent through a distorted lens, but today, we're breaking down the myths and unveiling the truth that's been hiding in plain sight. Africa has been misrepresented for far too long, but the truth is louder than the myth, and it's time we listened. Myth number 1. Africa is a country. This couldn't be further from the reality. Africa is a continent of 54 sovereign nations, each with its own unique identity, culture, and language. From the ancient pyramids of Egypt to the tech hubs of Nairobi, Africa's diversity is staggering. Colonial borders may have reshaped the map, but they couldn't erase the thousands of stories that make up this continent. Africa isn't one story, it's a tapestry of countless narratives, woven together by history, culture, and shared experiences. Myth number 2. Africa is poor and hopeless. While poverty exists in parts of the continent, it's not the whole picture. Many African nations are experiencing rapid GDP growth, with tech hubs and innovation centers springing up from Lagos to Cape Town. The #AfricaRising movement has caught the attention of global investors, recognizing the continent's potential. Yes, challenges remain, but progress is undeniable. Africa isn't waiting for a savior, it's building its own future. Myth number 3 claims Africa has no history. This couldn't be more wrong. Long before European colonization, Africa was home to powerful empires and advanced civilizations. The ancient kingdom of Nubia, the Mali Empire, and Great Zimbabwe are just a few examples. Timbuktu's libraries were centers of learning when much of Europe was in the Dark Ages. From Egyptian astronomy to Ethiopian literature, Africa's history wasn't lost, it was deliberately silenced. But now that silence is being broken. Myth number 4. Africans are primitive. This myth ignores the sophisticated knowledge systems and technologies developed by African societies over millennia. From advanced architecture in ancient Egypt to indigenous medicinal practices, Africa has always been a place of innovation. The Great Mosque of Djen, built entirely of mud, stands as a testament to African ingenuity. Primitive is a colonial word used to justify exploitation. In reality, Africa was always sophisticated, always evolving. Myth number 5 suggests Africa is defined by conflict. While conflicts exist, they don't define the continent. Media bias and selective coverage often overlook the many peaceful nations, democratic transitions, and examples of regional cooperation. Countries like Botswana, Ghana, and Namibia have shown remarkable stability and growth. Conflict exists, but it's not the whole story. Africa is also a story of resilience, reconciliation, and progress. Myth number 6. Africa is dependent on aid. This oversimplifies a complex reality. While aid plays a role, it's local entrepreneurship, intra-African trade, and initiatives like the African Continental Free Trade Area AfCFTA that are driving real change. From mobile money innovations in Kenya to solar energy solutions in Morocco, Africa is leading its own development. The continent doesn't need saving, it needs fair partnerships and opportunities to showcase its innovations on the global stage. Myth number 7 claims African culture is static. Nothing could be further from the truth. African culture is dynamic, influential, and constantly evolving. Afrobeat music has taken the world by storm. Nollywood produces more films annually than Hollywood, and African fashion is redefining global trends. From the literature of Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie to the visual art of E.L. Onatsui, African creatives are shaping global culture. The continent's youth-led movements are driving social change and innovation. Africa's culture isn't frozen in time, it's leading the way into the future. Myth number 8. Misconceptions about Africa's size and landmass. Many people underestimate just how vast Africa is. The continent covers over 30 million square kilometers, making it large enough to fit the United States, China, India, Japan, and much of Europe within its borders. This misconception often stems from the Mercator projection, which distorts land sizes near the poles. In reality, Africa is the second largest continent, home to diverse ecosystems from the Sahara Desert to the Congo rainforest, and everything in between. Reclaiming the narrative. Across the continent, African media outlets, podcasters, filmmakers, journalists, and content creators are taking control of their own stories. They're challenging stereotypes, showcasing the continent's diversity, and providing nuanced perspectives on African issues. As the late Ghanaian journalist Komla Juma said in his powerful TED Talk, "Until the lion learns to write, every story will glorify the hunter." Well, the lion is writing now, and the world is finally listening. African voices are rising, from the pages of literary magazines to the stages of international conferences. Platforms like Africa No Filter are working to shift the narrative about the continent, promoting stories that go beyond the usual tropes of poverty, disease, and conflict. African journalists are reporting on innovation, culture, and progress, offering a more balanced view of the continent to global audiences. The digital revolution has played a crucial role in this narrative shift. Social media platforms have given African youth a powerful voice, allowing them to share their experiences and challenge misconceptions in real time. Hashtags like #TheAfrica the media never shows you have gone viral, showcasing the beauty, diversity, and modernity of African life that often goes unnoticed in mainstream media. African governments and institutions are also taking steps to control their own narrative. The African Union's Agenda 2063 outlines a vision for a prosperous, integrated continent, driven by its own citizens. Initiatives like the Museum of Black Civilizations in Senegal are reclaiming African cultural heritage and telling the continent's story from an African perspective. But this isn't just about correcting misconceptions, it's about recognizing Africa's central role in shaping our global future. From leading the fight against climate change to pioneering mobile technology solutions, Africa is at the forefront of addressing some of the world's most pressing challenges. The continent's youthful population, with a median age of just 19, represents an enormous potential for innovation and growth. As the rest of the world ages, Africa's workforce is just coming into its prime, promising to be a major driver of global economic growth in the coming decades. Moreover, Africa's approach to development offers valuable lessons for the rest of the world. The continent's emphasis on community-based solutions, sustainable practices, and inclusive growth models could provide a blueprint for addressing global inequality and environmental challenges. Conclusion. As we conclude, it's clear that Africa didn't just survive the myths, it's rewriting the story. The continent's truth is complex, multifaceted, and far more fascinating than any stereotype could capture. From the bustling streets of Lagos to the serene beaches of Zanzibar, from the innovation hubs of Kigali to the ancient wonders of Luxor, Africa continues to shape our world in profound ways. So, the next time you hear someone repeat one of these myths about Africa, challenge it. Seek out African voices, support African creators, and engage with the continent's rich tapestry of cultures and ideas. Because Africa's truth isn't just a matter of setting the record straight, it's about recognizing the vital role this incredible continent plays in our shared global future. Africa's story is still unfolding, and it's one we all need to pay attention to. Because in the end, Africa's truth still shapes the world, and that truth is more powerful, more inspiring, and more important than ever before. Thank you for watching.